Good evening. Though nobody can go back and make a new beginning, anyone can start over and make a new ending. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. UNESCO King Hamad I City Prize to honor laureates from several countries. Bahrain court ordered to destroy 300 counterfeit women's bags. Penalties to be imposed by Kuwait on expat sponsors of Visit Visa. Passengers in Saudi to get free trip if taxi driver does not use fare meter. 4 steps in reforming global health emergency rules adopted at WHO meeting. News in detail. UNESCO King Hamad I City Prize to honor laureates from several countries. Education Minister Dr. Majid bin Ali Al Nuyami held a meeting with the head of the team in charge of the UNESCO King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Prize for the use of information and communication technologies in education, Fengjin Miao, in the presence of the Bahraini ambassador to France and its permanent representative to UNESCO, Sheikh Khalifa bin Hamad Al Khalifa. During the meeting, they discussed the award distribution ceremony, which will feature the honoring of the laureates of the 2019 and 2020 editions who have not been honored due to the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. The 2019 edition, themed "The Use of Artificial Intelligence to Innovate Education, Teaching and Learning," was granted to winners from Brazil and Spain, while the 2020 edition, themed "The Use of Artificial Intelligence to Enhance the Continuity and Quality of Learning," was awarded to winners from China and Finland. The ceremony will also feature the honoring of the laureates of the 2021 edition, themed "The Use of Technology to Enable Inclusive Crisis-Resilient Learning Systems." The number of participants in the prestigious global award is growing from one edition to another because of the innovative and diverse themes it focuses on. As a result, the prize has been renewed for a second 6-year cycle, 2021 to 2026, thanks to its distinction and consistency with UNESCO's modern strategies in the field of information and communication technology. Bahrain Airport Company highlights waste management processes for Arabian Gulf University students. Bahrain Airport Company, the operator and managing body of Bahrain International Airport, hosted students from the Arabian Gulf University on a tour of the airport, spotlighting its waste management processes and sustainability initiatives. The attendees are enrolled in Arabian Gulf University's Waste Management Professional Diploma Program and represent leading organizations from Bahrain and across the region. The holistic program aims to enhance the capacities of professionals in the field of solid waste management, contributing positively to their careers and institutions. The course is accredited by the Chartered Institution of Waste Management, UK. Labour Minister meets with Bahraini Indian Society Board of Directors. Minister of Labour and Social Development Board Chairman of the Labour Market Regulatory Authority, Jamil bin Muhammad Ali Humaydan, met in his office with the Board of Directors of the Bahraini Indian Society, chaired by Abdurrahman Muhammad Juma. They discussed the Society's initiatives aimed at boosting relations of friendship between the Kingdom of Bahrain and India and exchanging experiences in the social and cultural fields. The Labour and Social Development Minister expressed the Kingdom's appreciation of distinguished and historical ties binding it with India, commending the Society's efforts in promoting bilateral cooperation in various fields. He also asserted the Society's role in promoting joint investments and exchanging technical experiences in the labour market. Bahrain and Morocco signed a memorandum of cooperation in renewable energy. Bahrain and Morocco have signed a memorandum of cooperation in the field of renewable energy. It was signed during a virtual event by Bahrain's Electricity and Water Affairs Minister Wael bin Nasser Al Mubarak and Morocco's Minister of Energy Transition and Sustainable Development, Dr. Laila bin Ali, in the presence of Chief Executive Officer of the Electricity and Water Authority, Sheikh Nawaf bin Ibrahim Al Khalifa, the Moroccan ambassador to Bahrain, and a number of Bahrain and Moroccan officials. The agreement aims to enhance cooperation between the two brotherly countries in the field of renewable energy based on the comprehensive development visions of their leaderships. Under the memorandum, the two countries will cooperate in implementing a number of renewable energy initiatives and carrying out studies related to ways to boost sectors related to renewable energy and its uses. the Bahrain Tourism and Exhibition Authority to participate in IMEX Frankfurt exhibition. The Bahrain Tourism and Exhibition Authority will participate in IMEX exhibition held in Germany on May 31st to June 2nd. IMEX Frankfurt is considered a global business events community. It's an international exhibition for incentive travel, meetings and events, with plenty of opportunities for exhibitors to do business on a global scale. The Bahrain Tourism and Exhibition Authority is taking part in the expo with a customized pavilion spanning an area of more than 130 square meters. It also features the national carrier Gulf Air, which showcases its latest services, offers and promotions in partnership with Bahrain Tourism and Exhibition Authority. Several private sector facilities including hotels, restaurants, travel agents and reservations offices are also represented in the pavilion, with the goal of providing the most up-to-date offers to companies and tourist groups visiting Bahrain. During this global exhibition, Bahrain Tourism and Exhibition Authority will hold a press conference to promote the new brand reveal of the exhibition World Bahrain in Sakhir, which is considered the largest venue of its kind in the Middle East. Bahrain court ordered to destroy 300 counterfeit women's bags. A Bahrain court has ordered to destroy more than 300 pieces of imported women's bags and other accessories, which the court said are counterfeit products. The High Administrative Court said the bags are pure imitation of one of the famous brands registered in Bahrain. The products bore a trademark similar to a registered trademark, confusing the public. The company that owns the trademark requested the Department of Ports and Maritime Affairs to stop the release of the products and obliged the first defendant to pay for the material damage suffered by the plaintiff. Bahrain tenants ordered to pay BD 40,000 to coffee shop owners. The High Civil Court ordered the lessees of a coffee house to pay BD 40,000 plus 3% annual interest in a case filed by the cafe owners, citing non-payment of rents and contract terms violations. The decision came in a case filed by the cafe owners against two partners who took the cafe on rent. Court files say the agreement signed in 2020 allowed the partners to rent the coffee shop in return for an undisclosed amount. The lessees were also required to pay a 3-month rent in advance. The contract terms further called for the duo to pay the monthly rent of the shop, salaries of employees and their accommodation, on top of other expenses associated with running the business. Bahrain family that lost sole breadwinner in accident to receive BD 37,000 payout. A family that suffered a double blow in a tragic accident as they also lost their sole breadwinner with the death of a Bahraini man will now receive a BD 37,000 compensation following a court order. The High Civil Court ordered the insurance company and the driver who caused the accident to jointly make the payment to the wife and two daughters of the man killed in the accident. An earlier verdict by another court has found the driver of the insured car guilty of causing the accident. Reports said the accident occurred when his car rammed into the victim's car. The findings also prompted the victim's family to file a case seeking hefty compensation. Job seekers rush for vacancies at new exhibition center. More than 500 Bahrainis have expressed interest in around 100 job opportunities currently being filed at the new exhibition and conference center in Sakhir, the largest expo venue of its kind in the Middle East. ASM Global, which won a bid as the managing operator for Exhibition World Bahrain, is looking to recruit a range of workers comprised largely of Bahrainis. Justin Bieber's Justice World Tour Bahrain tickets sold out. Al Dhan Amphitheatre, Bahrain's newest and most exciting live entertainment destination, rightly claimed its position as the region's favorite venue today with a complete sellout of tickets for Justin Bieber's Justice World Tour in less than 24 hours of going on sale. Fans wasted no time in securing tickets on Friday morning, with approximately 5,000 purchases taking place within the first 60 minutes of going on sale, and the remaining tickets completely sold out by 6 a.m. on the following day. BDF conducting 3-day live ammunition drills in Hari Shtaya. Bahrain Defense Force is conducting live ammunition drills in the shooting ranges in the Hari Shtaya area from Monday until Thursday. The BDF has called on all people to stay away from the designated area for their safety. Today's COVID updates. COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. The Embassy of India organized the open house on 27th May 2022 at the embassy, during which Ambassador Piyush Srivastava interacted with the Indian community directly for redressing their urgent and non-routine consular and labour issues. Ambassador expressed his gratitude to the local government authorities, including Labour Market Regulatory Authority and Immigration authorities, for all support and cooperation in resolving various labour-related matters. Ambassador also thanked the Indian associations for their efforts in reaching out to the needy Indian nationals. Ambassador also acknowledged the tireless efforts of embassy panel lawyers. Ambassador briefed community members about significant bilateral level official meetings that took place during the month to further strengthen collaboration between our two countries in commerce sector. Most of the cases of last open house have been successfully resolved. 6 deserted Indian housemates were sheltered in the month of May and were also successfully repatriated. The pending case of a community member has got good progress. Ambassador congratulated all 18 candidates from Bahrain who have been granted scholarship under Scholarship Program for Diaspora Children of the Government of India for the academic year 21-22. For pursuing their higher studies in India. Ambassador interacted with the Indian community members for redressing their urgent and non-routine consular and labour issues. The grievances and issues of the Indian community were successfully addressed. Some resolved at the open house, while others will be taken up at the earliest possible. Now we will be back after a very short break.
All your favorite products under one roof in Bahrain at 27-year-old Megamart and Macromart. Bakery, fresh meat and fish, fruits and vegetables, sweets and snacks, ready-to-eat foods, dairy products, grocery or consumer goods. Megamart and Macromart, full of goodness.
Welcome back. Penalties to be imposed by Kuwait on expatriate sponsors of visit visa. The Ministry of Interior is planning to impose penalties on some foreign sponsors because the people they brought into the country on visit visas have not left. As a punishment, these sponsors will not be issued any kinds of visas, including family visas, for a period of 2 years. A source stated that these procedures are being studied by the Ministry of Interior based on instructions from the first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Interior Lieutenant General Sheikh Ahmed Al Nawaf. This came after reports were submitted to him by the Residence Affairs sector, which disclosed that 14,653 expatriates entered on visit visas during the past 3 years until the 1st of May 2022 and did not leave. Passengers in Saudi to get free trip if taxi driver does not use fare meter. Passengers are entitled to get a free trip after reaching their destination if the taxi driver did not operate the fare meter that calculates the cost during the trip. Taxi drivers are obligated to operate the fare meter, and passengers can file a complaint against the taxi driver in the event that he does not operate the meter for calculating the cost of the trip through the Unified Call Center 19929. The TGA clarified that public taxis must have several technical specifications such as e-payment devices, free internet, camera, tracking devices linked to NACI portal, receipt printers, and it is optional to provide an identification screen. The passenger can file a complaint in the event that e-payment devices are not available in the taxi. Oman do not grant camping permits this season in Dhofar. Camping permits will not be granted in the Kharif season this year in order to keep the sites free for development, Dhofar municipality announced. The municipality said in a statement. The municipality clarifies that it is in the process of developing 2 camping sites which will be operational through the year with distinctive designs. It will equip the 2 sites with recreational facilities, camping umbrellas, road paths, and car parks in front of each camping unit. Camping will not be permitted in the Kharif season for 2022. UAE warns Zoom users for vulnerabilities detected on video platform. The UAE's Telecommunications and Digital Government Regulatory Authority has issued a warning to users of the video platform Zoom. In a statement posted on social media, TDRA said vulnerabilities have been detected in the platform, due to which users' devices may be compromised. The authority urged residents to update the program and to ensure they have installed the latest version. 4 steps in reforming global health emergency rules adopted at WHO meeting. Countries around the world on Saturday adopted an initial US-led reform of the rules around disease outbreaks, known as the International Health Regulations, the United States said. The amendments adopted at the World Health Organization Assembly were agreed at a meeting seen as once-in-a-generation chance for the UN Health Agency to strengthen its role after some 15 million deaths during the COVID-19 pandemic, Reuters reported. The breakthrough amendments to Article 59 of the IHR that will speed up the implementation of reforms came after early opposition from Africa and others was overcome this week. The changes sought by Washington and backed by others such as Japan and the European Union mark a first step in a broader reform of the IHR, which set out countries' legal obligations around disease outbreaks, expected to take up to 2 years. Shanghai takes further steps towards reopening. Beijing eases COVID curbs. Shanghai announced on Sunday further steps towards returning to more normal life and lifting a 2-month COVID-19 lockdown this week. While Beijing reopened parts of its public transport, some malls, gyms and other venues as infections stabilized. The Chinese commercial hub of 25 million aims to essentially end from Wednesday, a lockdown that has severely damaged the economy and seen many Shanghai residents lose incomes, struggle to source food, and to cope mentally with prolonged isolation. The painful coronavirus curbs in major Chinese cities run counter to trends seen in the rest of the world, which has largely moved towards coexisting with the virus even as infections spread. People entering public venues or taking public transport will need to show a negative PCR test taken within 72 hours versus 48 hours previously. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.